Yes, only.
These are four places.
Please, sir.
Please, you do it, sir. Please. Airport.
Reasonably big.
No, Shyam is there. We'll get Shyam. That's okay. That's fine. Get done. Where's the mic? Please.
The past tools you got here.
Yeah, we want to give it very informal. Stand-up type of meeting.
First off, I would like to thank Mr. K.T. Ramarao, Honorable Minister of our Telangana.
Yeah, you can give it to him directly.
It's okay. You just. Would you want to talk about your company?
Take a minute.
They listen to us.
Good. So first of all, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for taking time out of his busy schedule. This is the opening of this fest, and I would like to congratulate all of you on this. And okay, thank you.
Quiet and you guys are awfully formal actually, but both Raghu and Shyam, I congratulate GGK on opening their wonderful campus in WaveRock. Appreciate the fact that you've kept this very simple and neat. Really, I mean, I actually wanted to keep this a little more interactive, so anything at all that you guys would want to say, I think I'd be happy to answer. But one thing before I say that, we just inaugurated this wonderful building, and Tishman Spire has built a wonderful landmark property here. This goes to show you, just goes to reinforce the fact that Hyderabad and the glory that Hyderabad has attached to it cannot merely be taken away by any sort of political events which happen outside of the gambit of our job. We were in a state called Andhra Pradesh till June 2nd. Now we are in a state called Telangana. In fact, I keep telling a lot of people, I keep telling a lot of people, especially youngsters like you all, that we are neither in the state of Andhra Pradesh nor in the state of Telangana. We are in a state of flux right now, you know. We're going through a transition. So there are a lot of questions, a lot of doubts, a lot of apprehensions, but one thing remains a constant. The fact that Hyderabad shall be a cosmopolitan city, a vibrant international city that it is poised to be now. Our Chief Minister is extremely committed to making this a very smart, vibrant, international, cosmopolitan city. In fact, he just reinforced the same point while inaugurating this building out here. We are not just going to be content with what we've achieved in IT so far. We are #2 city in the country right now at with 57,000 crore of exports in IT. We're not happy with that. No, we're not happy with that. We want to take it. Not happy being #2. We want to be #1. Right? We are far away behind Bangalore. So the idea is really to surpass Bangalore to begin with. That's the immediate goal, and then eventually compete internationally. Hyderabad has all the trappings, all the makings of an international city. In fact, as you all know, I'm sure there are people here from various parts of the country as well. And as you all would appreciate, as you all would know, for a city of its size, Hyderabad cannot be compared in terms of what it offers. It offers a great value proposition. Hyderabad today, if you compare it to a comparable city like Bangalore, because that's who we are competing with in IT, it has thrice the infrastructure of a Bangalore at 1/3 the price. It has twice the infrastructure of a Chennai at 1/2 the price. It has a wonderful salubrious climate where you can actually can boast of about 300 plus days of wonderful climate, which no other city in this country at least can boast of. It has geographically, it's wonderfully located. a great pool of human resources available here. And if you noticed also in terms of infrastructure, I think if you peep right out of your window, you can see a wonderful golf course out there, EMAR. So we have some wonderful amenities which no other city in the country today can boast of. But three things that were lacking in the last 5 years. One, political stability. Two, decisive leadership. Three, obviously global economic slowdown was also hurting us. Now we are bouncing back. Now we are set to take off because political stability is here, both in Hyderabad and Delhi. If you also look at decisive leadership, we have a chief minister who does not have to run to Delhi for every small thing now. We have a leader who can take decisions, who can make things happen. As you've been noticing in the last 40 days, he's taken some stern decisions, tough measures. And going forward, the global economic slowdown as well, it can't get slower than that. So it is only going to get better. So all in all, I think like how GGK is growing at a furious pace, the state of Telangana and the city of Hyderabad is also going to take off in a big, big way. And as I said, we're not happy being number 2. We would like to be number 1 in this country. And in that measure, toward that, whatever contributions are being made by young companies like GGK, we really appreciate it. And that's why I'm here to support you all, to ensure that you all receive a pat on the back from the government side and ensure that you grow even bigger and better. So once again, congratulations. And happy to take any questions. Questions, no speeches.
So he has offered us so openly. Anyone has any questions? We want to keep it really. Rohan, come. Rohan is.
Okay. The IT is talking about spreading other than
Not Madhapur, Gachibowli, but the other parts of the city.
Okay.
See, a couple of things here. I've been interacting with a lot of IT companies off late in the last, I think you guys should say. I'm making a case for dispersed growth around Hyderabad. It can't just be, concentrated in one location. I've been making this case, but it's been very, very difficult. I know you guys have a presence in Uppal, I know that. But it has become very, very challenging for us. In fact, I keep telling a lot of people in a lighter vein, a lot of people, kept floating this theory that IT companies will move away from Hyderabad to places like Vijayawada, Guntur, etc. I keep telling them, it's been very, very difficult for me to persuade IT companies to move from Gachibowli to Uppal. If I can't move them to Uppal, how is he going to go all the way to Vijayawada or Guntur? I don't get it. So point is, I do understand the need for dispersed growth. In fact, our chief minister has been talking about having clusters of IT around Hyderabad. Because not everybody can be in Gachibowli or Rayadurg or this new city or new location that we have. We need more and more growth around the city. So we are making a concerted effort. In fact, our chief minister has asked for us to also spread ITIR, not just between Shamshabad and Gachibowli, to also take it to other parts of Hyderabad, such as Medchal, Shamirpet, Kisar, all around. In fact, the other thing that we are also looking at is, if you've noticed, just yesterday in one day, we had 3 important corporate honchos meeting our chief minister. We had Microsoft chairman of India, Bhaskar Pramanik, visiting our chief minister, calling on him, telling him that we are very, very happy with what is happening in Hyderabad. They are happy about the fact that there is political stability here now. They're happy about the fact that Hyderabad offers a great value proposition, and they're also looking at, they also have expansion plans within their existing campus, which is very, very close from here. We also had Mr. Ashok Hinduja calling on the Honorable Chief Minister. We also had the ITC group calling on the Honorable Chief Minister, not just with 1 but 3 proposals. Now they're talking about setting up a huge paper mill in Khammam with about 3,500 crores of investment. They're also talking about expanding on their hotel network and building a new hotel in Madhapur here with about 700 plus crores. They're also talking about food processing zone being set up with ITC as the anchor. So wonderful things happening, lots and lot of exciting investments coming into Telangana in the last few days. In fact, I don't know how many of you have been to the US, but IKEA is setting up its first furniture outlet in Hyderabad, in India, that is. They're making their India foray through Hyderabad. IKEA, for those who know, is an iconic furniture range. And the beauty of IKEA is they source locally. Their supply chain is all local, so it will create a lot of employment opportunities for us locally as well. It's a Swedish giant, and they're going to set up something in Hyderabad. They were very, very happy with the sort of interaction they had with our Honorable Chief Minister. So lots of exciting things lined up. You also may have read in the newspapers and seen on televisions that Tata Advanced Systems has opened two new ventures as well. One with Dornier Aircraft, a French company, another with Rouag, another UK-based company. Point is, Hyderabad need not just be known for IT or pharma. Hyderabad already dominates in these two verticals. We also need to explore other sectors, such as aerospace. Aerospace is a wonderful opportunity. Electronic manufacturing clusters, we have plenty of them. In fact, hardware is another area where we are actively looking for more and more people to come in. So, food processing, as I just mentioned, seed production, poultry, a lot of other avenues for youth and youngsters to get more and more opportunities. It need not just be all about IT. Yes, IT is the focus. We want to be the #1 IT destination in this country, but we also want to explore other avenues. So yes, point taken that we need to expand all around Hyderabad so that the main city is decongested, the main city is made more wonderful, and we also need structured growth around Hyderabad. So we are working on that. Our Chief Minister is seized of that. Thanks. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Are we planning any startup chili kind of events in Hyderabad?
Yes, wonderful question. In fact, well, that's one of my pet themes. Actually, I've been talking about it for the last 1 month. In fact, I didn't want to bore you with that, but now that you asked. See, when I assumed office about 45 days back, the question that I kept asking a lot of people of is, what is it that Bangalore possesses which Hyderabad does not? In fact, Bangalore is as of last year, they were at $21 billion of worth of exports, IT-wise. We were at 8 billion. So almost a threefold, march over us. So the question that I kept asking to a lot of people, like youngsters like you, industry leaders, academicians and politicians, bureaucrats, the answer I kept repeatedly getting was twofold. One, the fact that Hyderabad does not have the ecosystem which nurtures, which supports research and development and innovation. Say a young guy like you, Banu, has an idea. See, think about it this way. I'm sure all of you all have wonderful graduate degrees, wonderful postgraduate degrees, and you're working here. See, we all use Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these, new age products. Think about it, they're not earth-shattering products. We could have thought it up. I mean, it's no big deal really. WhatsApp is a very, very, very simple tool. Basically, a highly refined version of texting, if you ask me, right? over internet, of course. So, if you think about it, one of us could have invented it. One of us could have thought of it. But the only problem is we didn't know how to go about it. We didn't know how to take it to the next level. From ideation to actually production. How do you take that? How do you make that leap of faith? That's the challenge that we are encountered with today. Not just competing with Bangalore, but if you think about Silicon Valley as well. That is the challenge the world faces today. How come Indians are acknowledged all over the world as great programmers? We are acknowledged for our great coding skills. But we are not appreciated, we are not acknowledged for our entrepreneurial spirit or enterprise spirit. See, how come we don't have a Larry Page? How come we don't have a Mark Zuckerberg among us? So the challenge was to build that technology ecosystem in Hyderabad, in our own Hyderabad. And therefore, what we've done is, right after I assumed office, the very second day, I went to ISB. Now we are partnering with IIIT and ISB and creating this country's biggest incubator called T-Hub in our own city of Hyderabad. That is basically to encourage people like you to come forward and graduate, to come forward and actually, start working, start exploring, start experimenting. And the second thing,
the main disadvantage has been mentorship actually.
That's what I'm saying. This incubator will have everything. It will have, see, the reason why we have IIIT, ISB and NALSA. IIIT to take care of technology, ISB to take care of business mentoring, NALSA to take care of any legal aspects, intellectual property, IP rights, etc., etc. And we're not just content with this. We are also going to bring in more and more. NASSCOM is going to be a part of this. We've spoken to Microsoft yesterday, requested them to be a part of it. They're considering. So point is, we want to build something which encourages, young guys like you who have an idea, who have a great idea, to just come forward, innovate. Come forward, we'll give you workspace, start working. It'll be a plug and play facility. Come, experiment at a very nominal price. You can build on what ideas you have, and if one of them takes off, you could very well be the next Snapdeal or Flipkart or Redbus or whatever. So that's the idea. I think you got about $17 billion. Get a pie and do something on your own. Why WhatsApp? Build something. I'm talking big things such as incubator and making the entire city Wi-Fi and all that. Obviously, we need to take care of basic issues such as power. Agreed. But brother, you have to understand, Abhilash, right? Abhilash, you have to understand one thing. See, we've been in our office for what, 45 days now? Not even 45. I think this is my 45th day, 44th rather. Anyways, this is a problem we've inherited. This isn't a problem we've created. The power crisis that we're going through, our predecessors, great predecessors who had no planning, no structure, no nothing in place. They talked of high-tech city, but there's no drainage system. on the road we walk. And whenever there is a sprinkle in Hyderabad, we have our autos converting into boats and all of us having trouble and people falling into potholes. We have such a scene. They talk of this as a high-tech city, but unfortunately we don't have a drainage system. Therefore, now we are getting down to the basics. I'll tell you one thing quickly as far as power problem is concerned. We are addressing the power crisis on 3 levels. One, short term, immediate term, we're trying to purchase power from our southern neighbors, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and our own Andhra Pradesh. The problem there is, all of the southern states are also power deficit. None of them have surplus power. And there are a lot of states in the north which are power surplus, but unfortunately we don't have a grid connectivity with them. So the short term thing is we are trying to procure power, purchase power, wherever it is available in the south. In fact, recently we got about 250 megawatts of power from Karnataka. Medium term solution is build transmission lines. Say for example, Chhattisgarh has a lot of surplus power. It's a power surplus state. But unfortunately we don't have a connectivity with Chhattisgarh. So therefore we are building what is called grid connectivity from Wardha to Nizamabad. We are building a transmission line, but that is only going to come functional, is only going to become functional in about 18 months. So till then, and the unfortunate other thing is, with the monsoons being delayed, hydel power has taken a hit. The other unfortunate thing is a lot of people kept complaining that we keep calling for bunds with regard to Polavaram and the 7 mandals that got transferred to Andhra Pradesh. There is also another aspect to it. It's not just Polavaram. Along with the 7 mandals that were given to Andhra, there was a very vital hydroelectricity project called Lower Sea Level, which generates about 450 megawatts of power, which was also transferred to Andhra. One of the reasons why we were protesting it is also because, as a power deficit state, we needed, whatever power we could have, and we needed everything that we could get. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, on the medium term, we are building all these transmission lines, and you may have seen in the newspapers today that in the long term, which is about 5 to 6 years from now, we want to be a power surplus state. So, our Chief Minister is seized of it. We are looking at various opportunities. We are looking at generating power through our GENCO. We are looking at generating power through solar, all renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, etc., etc. So a lot of efforts are currently being planned, but unfortunately, I don't have an immediate solution for you to offer today. So you'll have to put up with us because we have no choice really. This is a problem created by our predecessors. We are just trying to resolve it ASAP, but you'll have to put up with it for another few months at least. Unfortunately.
Is there any progress in the 1,000?
Yes, tenders are being called very, very soon, but that's not my department. I'm not allowed to talk. Because this is another one of my pet themes. I've been talking about it for the last 1 month. See, yes, this is a second aspect I heard over and over when I asked people as to what it is that Hyderabad lacks, which Bangalore possesses. Readily employable workforce. That is something that we lack. While we produce great many number of graduates every year, we don't produce enough number of readily, industry-ready graduates. See, I'm sure there are a lot of freshers here, but the thing is, when I in the last 40 days I must have received about 1,000 resumes asking for jobs in IT companies. The problem is, our graduates, our youngsters are very, very good at academics. We're very good at theory. We study, we mug up, we write exams, we get through. But unfortunately, when it comes to interpersonal skills, we lack it. When you have all the subject, you know what to say, you know what is the right answer, but unfortunately, you can't express yourself. Unfortunately, you're a little, afraid of opening up or speaking out loud, or you're worried about your comprehension, you're worried about your vocabulary, you're worried about your ability to get across the message. And in a global world, that is very, very essential today. You're not competing with your peers in the next college or in the next class or next city for that matter. You're competing with a global workforce. So, as part of that effort, what we've done is we've launched an effort called TASK, which is set to take off soon. TASK basically stands for Telangana Academy of Skill and Knowledge. What we are trying to do here is, there is this huge consortium of industry leaders, and there's this huge consortium of academic institutions, engineering colleges and professional colleges. Now what we're trying to do here is, be the bridge between these two guys. So, for example, as part of the corporate social responsibility activity, we want the industry to take ownership of about, say, a company of your size, and without even asking you, I'm actually volunteering your participation. But say GGK, if you guys can adopt, say, 200 kids, 200 graduates, and take them from the 3rd year, and ensure that they're fully trained, ensure that they're fully equipped by the time they graduate in the 4th year, to be fully industry ready, to face the world in terms of an interview, in terms of whatever that is required to get a fantastic job, for which you are qualified. So we are making this collaborative effort between the industry and the academia, so that we create a readily employable workforce. But again, how do you revamp the entire system to ensure that the right sort of ingredients are included in the course curriculum? That is something that needs a longer inspection. Again, as I said, that's not my department, but I can only talk from an IT perspective. And I can tell you that my job is basically to give inputs into from the industry into building a curriculum that is much suited for the current day needs. Yeah, I'm getting all that because again, this goes back to one of my other favorite topics. See, here's what it is. Rightly as you said, I'm in charge of Panchayat Raj as well. Today, we are already talking to the service providers, the internet service providers, the communication service providers, to get them to roll out 4G ASAP, 4G technology. The 3G that we use on your mobile app, on your mobile phone today has a download speed of about 2.5 Mbps. But if you eventually get to 4G, that speed is going to go up by 4 to 18 times. So for example, now on your smartphone, you get about 2.5 Mbps. That is going to go up from anywhere between 10 Mbps to 40 Mbps with 4G. So we are really going to revolutionize, we are really going to see a revolutionary communication going forward in about 6 months from now. So we are working with various service providers such as Reliance, Airtel, BSNL, Aircel, etc. to get their 4G services going ASAP. In fact, we are looking at that happening in the next 6 months. Earlier, imagine this. Earlier, if you had to reach out to a minister, talk to him about lack of quality, what would you have to do? Take a picture, take a printout, attach it to something, come see the minister if ever he answers your phone, that is, and come see the minister and eventually give it to him and he'll pass it on to somebody else. That was the routine. But now with communications shaping up this way, you can reach out to anybody within 5 seconds. So that set me thinking. If you can use 4G technology, then what you can do is, see, today we offer what is called Me Seva services in Mandal headquarters. What we do is build an e-Panchayat suite. See, a slimmer version of what we offer in Me Seva. In Me Seva, we offer about 360 citizen services. Your basic services, income certificates, revenue certificate, caste certificate, etc., land records, etc. Now, what we're trying to do here is take a slimmer version, maybe 30-40 services, take it right down to the Gram Panchayat level, grassroots level, and ensure that you have a one-stop shop for the citizens, so that they don't even have to walk all the way to or travel all the way to Mandal headquarters. So offer them all the services right at their doorstep in their panchayat. So that is something that we are working on. That is called the e-Panchayat suite. We are working on that, and very, very soon that is also likely to come into force.
Given small players, again 5 to 10 acres.
Sure, sir. Companies and give them huge parcels of land. How come you don't look at the smaller guys? I guarantee you one thing, sir. As I told you, we're looking at segregated clusters all around Hyderabad. So even for the smaller companies, we'll be happy to work with you in terms of providing a permanent infrastructure for you. And we'll look at various options. We're exploring various options. We'll definitely ensure that companies of this size also get support from the government.
Research part. How we are going to the...
What you said about helping engineering students, we've been continuously doing that program. So our condition for all the engineering colleges, we will take people, but you have to give them us in the final year, so that we can... So I think the point that Agni was referring to is that colleges, if they're a little bit flexible in managing their... Second point on the CSR front, one of the things that we emphasize for our employees is, you have been successful, we all came from small villages. We are successful today, but what are we doing to give it back to the community? So one of the things that I've shown you last time, the school kid drive. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
We have books, we have bottles, we have bottles, books, dictionary, stuff that you should see.
So that is on the CSR front, and one very important aspect. A lot of our employees, this is okay, the monetary part, but we went and spent time with the juvenile home in Chenchalguda. We go and play with the children, we teach them, make them great with their children in juvenile. So there are a lot of such things we are encouraging our employees. Thank you again for coming. I would like to invite our co-founder. also used to work for Microsoft when she started GGK along with Sham. So thank you very much.